The New York Knicks are NBA champions, but the NBA calendar waits for nobody, and we're going to look ahead to the offseason. And on today's show, I'm going to tell you some great news that the New York Knicks just got. I also want to announce that we are going to be hosting a Knicks Now meetup at Sadie's Ward Bar. It'll be at 121 Essex Street, New York, 10002. It will be on Thursday, June 18th. After the parade, it will start around 5 p.m. If you want to go, it is free, but we are running some deals. The first 25 people there, we're going to get you a free Knicks Now World Champs shirt. Also, the first 50 people there, we're going to get you 2 free drink tickets. If you want to come hang out with myself, producer Andrew Connell, former producer Brett Alper will be there after the parade. We would all love to meet you. Just text me your name to 945-225-1736. I want to see all of your beautiful faces there, and I want to celebrate the best season in New York Knicks history. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We are presented by Prize Picks, and my name is Marshall Green. When you win an NBA championship, the question always is, what is next for your basketball team? Well, on today's show, we're going to talk about some free agency moves the Knicks could make, and really just players that they are going to have to make a decision on that were on this team last year. And we've got some reporting as well from ESPN. These are the free agents the New York Knicks are going to have to make decisions on. Mitchell Robinson is going to be an unrestricted free agent, as is Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, and Jeremy Sochan. And then Mohamed Diawara and Ariel Hukporti are restricted free agents, which means the New York Knicks will have an opportunity to match contracts that are offered to them in free agency. And I think they'll be able to keep Diawara and Hukporti on this basketball team. 2 players that I want to dive into a little bit deeper on today's show. Mitchell Robinson and Landry Shamet. The 2 players on this team that are going to be free agents that played the most minutes and played the most pivotal roles. And according to ESPN and Tim Bontemps, it sounds like they may not be going anywhere. Bontemps wrote, for both Robinson and guard Landry Shamet, the 2 top unrestricted free agent from this year's roster, the belief is that coming off New York's dominant run to the NBA Finals, both Mitchell Robinson and Landry Shamet will be back. And that is great news. I think everybody knows one of the superpowers, one of the strengths of this basketball team was their depth, and it was their bench. And it seemed like any single given night, someone could have a night. And we saw many a times Mitchell Robinson tilt the floor in the New York Knicks' favor. And what else can you say about Landry Shamet? I know he didn't play his best in the NBA Finals, but you do not get to the NBA Finals without the contribution that Landry Shamet gave you in the postseason. Bontemps also writing, and both will likely be back on 2-year deals, as the Knicks are likely going to go well into the second apron next season and the following anyway, before needing to duck back out. There's always talk about championship windows and can a team maximize their championship window? Well, I want to welcome all of you Knicks fans to the championships window, because we already got a championship. And now we're looking to stack our rings. And you will have the 2026 NBA season and the 2027 NBA season to go into the second apron, because you don't really want to be over the second apron for 3 years, because that is when very harsh penalties and really limitations to building your roster present themselves. So I expect for the Knicks to make some big-time moves by bringing back Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson to the best of their ability, maybe even trying to keep some other players around. But now is the championship window. You go all in for 2026, and you go all in for 2027, and maybe you try to build a little bit of a dynasty in New York. A lot more to talk about on today's show. Do have to tell you, though, about our presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. When you download the app today and you use that promo code HMA and you play your first $5 lineup, you get $50 in lineups instantly. I know basketball season is over, but there are still plenty of ways to play Prize Picks. The World Cup is going on. It seems like every single day for the next couple of weeks. Baseball season, we are in the thick of it. You can get active on Prize Picks with baseball, and before you know it, football season will be here as well. And there already are some options for you to put some season-long football lineups in. You can look at passing touchdowns for someone like Jackson Dart, passing yards for Dak Prescott, and rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hart. So you can also follow me on Prize Picks at @MarshallGreen_ to make sure that you got the same lineups I'm rolling with, or you could fade me if you want to lose, but I'm a winner just like my New York Knicks. So download the app, create an account, use that promo code HMA, play your first $5 lineup, and get $50 in lineups instantly. You are officially in the championship window for the New York Knicks, and now that you got one, you got to try to get another, and it does not sound like it'll be any sort of shortchanging or being cheap from James Dolan and the New York Knicks, which is why I will always respect James Dolan, because he has never once said, I don't want to spend the money on this team. Sam Quinn, who covers the NBA for CBS, writes, he said this in multiple spots, but this was always the plan, talking about the Knicks going all in this summer and next summer. When they made the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, it was with a 4-year window in mind. First 2 years, stay below the second apron. That was last year, and that was this year. Second 2 years, blow past it, spend like a drunken sailor, and then in year 5, you reset. So here you are. It's time to go all in, and the first way you can do that is by bringing back 2 players to this roster that played pivotal roles on this basketball team. If you want to see that happen, you want to see Mitchell Robinson be a guy that was once a Knick, always a Knick, and only a New York Knick. Hit that thumbs up icon. If you want to see number 44 back in the blue and orange, I want to see Shamet hitting some buckets next year. Hit that thumbs up icon. I think Shamet is going to continue to get better. I think we've seen him get better over his 2 years here with the Knicks. I know the shooting could sometimes be inconsistent, but throughout the playoffs, the dude shot 47.5% from 3. He hit big shots. He had big moments. He was a willing defender, and he brought a physicality to this team. I was watching the Mikal Bridges IG Live yesterday where he was totally sober, and he was like, how did Landry Shamet not play on last year's team? He was very upset about that. And he started to play this year, and he played a lot, and he earned his minutes, and he earned himself to be called a champion for the rest of his life. I don't have to tell you how special of a player that Mitchell Robinson is, how important he is to this team, how important he is to this city, a guy that deserves a ring more than anybody, or just as much as anybody on this team, having been a part of a 17-win team with the Knicks. I can't imagine Mitchell Robinson in another jersey. I don't want to live in a world where Mitchell Robinson is not on this team, and I'd be shocked if he would want to go anywhere else. Maybe there are going to be more lucrative offers elsewhere, but I would really like to see number 23 be a number that's never worn again by anybody. And I think if Mitch is a once a Knick, always a Knick, only a Knick, that could potentially be a possibility. Get them both back. Leon, get it done. James Dolan ain't going to be cheap. Blow past the second apron. This was the plan. You do whatever you can to win, and you weren't like in the build of this team. Like, yes, we all thought we could have won this year, but in the mind of the front office, it was we'll go all in the 2026-2027 season, then the 2027-28 season. But you already got a chip. Now it's time to double and triple down and continue to push forward. Another storyline to monitor is Jose Alvarado, as he is a guy that has a player option on his contract for $4.5 million heading into this offseason. So if he declines that, he will be a free agent. If he accepts that, he'll be back on the New York Knicks for a 1-year deal. I don't know if he's going to accept the player option, not because there's going to be way more opportunities to make more money elsewhere. I just think he would probably like some more long-term security. I could see a world where it's very similar to what we saw with Josh Hart. He accepts the player option and then extends his contract after that. I want Alvarado to be a part of this team, and I'm ready to just bring the whole band back together. Mohamed Diawara is another name to monitor. I'm sure there's some other rival teams in the NBA that are looking at him and saying maybe he can come to our team. We pay him more money. The Knicks probably can only go so high to match an offer, maybe probably pretty similar to the Isaiah Hartenstein deal, but This is a guy that's a big piece of this puzzle. He's going to be a big piece of this future. I think he's going to be a stud in this league, if not next year, very, very soon. I'm excited to see what the 21-year-old Mohamed Diawara grows to be in this league at 6'9" and showed the ability to be a sniper from deep. The Knicks also have 3 picks in the NBA draft. They own the 24th pick in round 1, the 31st pick in the NBA draft. That's the first pick of the second round. Shout out to the Washington Wizards for that selection. And then you have the 5th to last pick in round 2. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Knicks try to trade up from 24 to include 31 so they don't add multiple other contracts to this roster. Just let Leon cook, though. It's really nice to be a fan of a sports team, and it's like, yeah, I trust him. I trust Leon to make the right moves. I trust him to get this team back in contention for a title next year, and they deserve all the credit, man. I've said it for 3 years. I think they're the best front office in all of sports. They're the most forward-thinking front office in all of sports, and what I love about them is when they do make a mistake, they don't double and triple down. They view it as a sunk cost. They move on, and they find a way to improve the team elsewhere, and he's done that time and time again, and I think he'll find another way to improve the team this offseason. One final reminder, our Knicks Now meetup will be at Sadie's Ward. Get there. You see the address on screen. It'll be on Thursday after the parade. I want to see all you crazy real ones there. If you plan on going, text me your name to 945-225-1736. First 25 people there, you get a free Knicks Now championship shirt. If you want to get yours, go to chatsports.com/Knicks Now. And the first 50 people there, first 2 drinks on me. We're going to have a good time. We're going to party. We're going to celebrate. Myself, Andrew Connell, Brett Alper. It's going to be a blast. I want to see all y'all there. Let's go, Knicks. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You are following me on social media. And again, we've got a bunch of championship gear on sale. Go to chatsports.com/Knicks Now and get your chip gear right now.